The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Well, just for honesty's sake, this is take 3 of this video. The kitty cat on the portion of your screen got her paw stuck on my sweatpant cuff. So I had to stop because she was screaming, and then you'll know why in a minute. And as we pay tribute to the late Don Sutton, who passed away at 75, a 300-game winner, we go back to play one of the greatest starts of his career. Not one that anyone's probably ever seen before, but his best year of his career was 1980. He won the ERA title at a 2.20 clip. He went 13-5. And pitched 212 innings in his last full season with the Los Angeles Dodgers until 1988. Sutton, who came up in the late 60s, is 35 when he plays this game, and it's a 4-hitter against their hated rivals, the San Francisco Giants. Now, in take 1, which you'll never see, Sutton gives up 4 runs in the first inning, which is why we stopped taping. Got set to do the second one. Cat gets stuck on my pants. So hopefully we'll go off this one without a hitch as we pay tribute to the pitcher, Hall of Famer, and broadcaster, Don Sutton. As Retro Sports Network presents a tribute to Don Sutton, the Los Angeles Dodgers and San Francisco Giants, brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So Sutton is 35 years old. He goes 13-5 in 1980 with a save and an ERA of 2.20. In 212 in the third innings, he's allowed 163 hits, 20 homers, he walked 47 and struck out 128. His whip of .989 led the National League. This is April 22nd, 1980, a night game in Los Angeles. He is 35 years old. He is a fastball pitcher and a fly ball pitcher this year, and that fastball tops out at 85. And his ERA plus of 1.62 was a career high for Sutton. And this will be the lineup he'll face. Darrell Evans leads off at third. Terry Whitfield in left will bat second. Larry Herndon in center will go third. Mike Ivey cleaning up for the Giants at first. I have no idea why. Jack Clark will bat fifth and play right field. Rennie Sinnett is a second baseman. He'll bat sixth. Milt May is behind the plate. He'll catch and bat seventh. That's usually what happens when you're behind the plate. Johnny LeMaster at short will bat eighth, and Bob Depper is on the hill for the Giants. He'll go ninth. Defensively for the Dodgers, Pedro Guerrero a 3 and a 2, Law a 4 and a 4. Reggie Smith is a 5 and a 9 in right. The infield is the same as it was through most of the 70s. Ron Say at third, he's a 7. Billy Russell a 7 at short. Davey Lopes a 6 at second. Steve Garvey a 7 at first. Mike Scioscia is behind the plate. He's a 7 and a 5. And Sutton is a 7 on the mound with a .961 fielding percentage. Evans in 1980, 264, 20 homers, and 78 RBI. And this one starts with a fly ball to right. Reggie Smith is there, 1 out. For Terry Whitfield at 296, 4 homers, and 26 RBI. Sutton, of course, would pitch in a number of World Series, but when he finally got his ring, he didn't pitch in that postseason. We'll talk about that as we go along. Ground ball to Russell, over to Garvey, 2 out. So Larry Herndon at 258, 8 homers and 49 RBI. Cat not looking at me at this point. Still upset that she got her paw stuck in my pants. In 11 triples and 8 home runs. And this time he sends this one in the corner and left. Guerrero makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Half an inning in the books here at Dodger Stadium. San Francisco, nothing. Here come the Dodgers. Bob Depper did not have a great 1980. He went 9-16 with an ERA of 4.10 and 215 in the third innings. He allowed 242 hits, 15 homers. He walked 61 and struck out 103. And this will be the lineup he'll face. Davey Lopes leads off at second. Law in center field will bat second. Reggie Smith hits third and right. Steve Garvey cleans up at first. Ron Cey will bat fifth and play third. Pedro Guerrero will bat sixth and play left field. Bill Russell at short will go seventh. Mike Scioscia behind the plate goes eighth, and Sutton, who threw 13 pitches, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Giants, Terry Whitfield a 3 and a 7 in left. Larry Herndon a 3 and a 4 in center. Jack Clark a 6 and a 5 in right. Darrell Evans playing for the bunt is a 9. Johnny at third. Johnny LeMaster a 5 at short. Stinnett a 7 at second, over from the Pirates. Mike Ivey is a 4 at first. Milt May is a 7 and a 6 behind the plate. And Depper is a 7 on the mound with a .945 fielding percentage. Lopes, they're playing for a bunt, not going to give it to him. 251, 10 homers, 49 RBI, and still had speed, 23 stolen bases. And Davey sends this one to left. Whitfield is there, 1 out. It is Rudy Law at 260, 1 homer, 4 triples, and 23 RBI. He's a 10 bunter. We won't do it because they're playing for it. And Law into right field. That's a base hit. That'll drop in front of Clark, and that's the first base runner of the ball game. Brings up Reggie Smith at 322, 15 homers and 55 RBI. 1 out. Throw to first. Law is back. And Tommy's thinking about it, but he won't do it. Dave Bristol, the manager for the Giants. And, of course, Tommy Lasorda, the manager for the Dodgers. Ground ball to short. LeMaster, Stinnett for 1. Over to Ivy. Smith has wheels, and he beat it out. So they get the 4-6-4. And that'll bring up Garvey at 304. 26 homers and 106 RBI. Throw to first, and Smith has been picked off. So the lefty picked him off, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. After 1, no score. So here's Mike Ivey, 241, 4 homers, and 25 RBI as we start the second. Ground ball to Cey, over to first, 1 out. Jack Clark, 284 for the Giants, 22 homers, 82 RBI. It's a ground ball to Garvey, underhands it to Sutton, and that will be 2 outs. Sutton won 2 ERA titles, 69 and 80. A 5-time All-Star, but never won a Cy Young. He did win 300 games. Stinnett at 244, 2 homers and 37 RBI. There's a ground ball to Garvey, takes it to the bag himself for the out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom 2, no score. So again, here's Garvey being in Los Angeles, and they tried this with Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale. They tried to make Don Sutton kind of into a TV star. He did a couple weeks of Match Game back in 1978. Pitch to Garvey. Got him! He swung on and missed a full count curve for 1 out. Here's the Penguin. Ron Cey at 254, 28 homers and 77 RBI. Pitch to Say, into left field. Back goes Whitfield around the corner, and that's off the wall. Say will hold with a double. And that's a second base hit. And here comes Pedro Guerrero. Good year in the small numbers. 322, 7 homers and 183 at-bats, and 31 RBI. I didn't tell you that Nepper was 26, a fastball pitcher and a ground ball pitcher at 86. So Say on second, Guerrero at the plate. And there's a ground ball base hit left side. LeMaster couldn't get there. Got a late jump, and the Dodgers have runners on the corners for Bill Russell. 264, 3 homers and 34 RBI. And that picture of Russell is from Shea Stadium. I recognize that scoreboard anywhere. And Russell gets hit by the pitch. So Say is on third, Guerrero on second, and Russell on first for Mike Scioscia with 1 out. Scioscia with hair, 254, a homer, and 8 RBI. They're loaded and 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Ground ball base hit left side. Say will score. Guerrero will hold at third. Again, LeMaster, not really a great shortstop. Got the late jump, and the Dodgers are on the board. So that brings up Sutton. 078 with an RBI. Infield play in the corners. Don't need to do a squeeze play, I don't think, here. Nepper. Got him. 1-2 fastball, swung on and missed. So 2 out for Lopes. Davey is 0 for 1. Nepper through 9 batters, an inning and 2/3, 40 pitches, 4 hits and 2 strikeouts. Into center field, that will be caught by Herndon, and that will retire the side. They leave him loaded, but they get a run on 3 hits and no errors. I don't know what the heck the cat's staring at. Anywho, after 2, it's 1-0 Dodgers. So May, LeMaster, and Nepper to face Sutton here in the third. 68 degrees, a beautiful night here at Chavez Ravine. The wind blowing out to right center at 3. And everybody listening to Vin and Jerry on KABC can hear it through the raft of transistor radios here at Dodger Stadium. Pitch to May is a fly ball to right. Smith, 1 out. LeMaster was not a hitting LeMaster. 215, 6 triples, however. 3 homers and 31 RBI. Sutton deals. Got him. He swings and misses at an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. And now bring up Nepper, who can hit for a pitcher. 152 and 3 doubles and 7 RBI. 2 out here in the top of the third. 1-0 Dodgers. Ground ball to Garvey. Takes it to the bag himself. That was a hot shot to Steve, and that will retire the side. 9 up, 9 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom 3. 1-0 Los Angeles. So Rudy Law, Reggie Smith, and Steve Garvey here in the third. Law singled in the first. Again, they play for the bunt. We're not going to give it to them. Base hit, left center field. Law digs for 2. The throw to Stinnett is not in time. And so that's the 5th hit for the Dodgers. So I'll bring up Reggie Smith, who's 0 for 1. Cat's now bathing herself. That replay board in left center field with the 76 logo on it made its debut in 1980. It was the first such color replay board in the world, or certainly in the United States. And it made its debut for the All-Star game, which was here at Dodger Stadium. Pitch to Smith. Here's a fly ball to left. Whitfield in the corner. He'll track it down. Law will go back and tag The throw to third is not in time, and Law is in there easily. So 1 out for Garvey, who struck out his first time up. And is a big run for the Dodgers. Ground ball to Stinnett. Law will score. Sure throw is to first. Garvey's retired. 2-0 Dodgers. Brings up Say, who doubled and scored in the second. Now blowing out to right at 4, the wind is. To third. Evans, and he can't make a play on it. Picks it up, throws it to first. Say is not fast, and he is retired. So Evans dropped it like a hot potato, threw it over in time, and that will retire the side. Another run and a hit for the Dodgers. Nobody left, no errors. We go to the fourth, 2-0 LA. So top of the lineup, Sutton, 43 pitches for the first 9 in a perfect 3 innings. He's got himself a strikeout. And everybody's going to be 0 for 1. In the center field, Law, 1 out. Terry Whitfield is 0 for 1. In the right, Reggie Smith, and that's 2 out. So Sutton's cruising right along here in the fourth. Larry Herndon's 0 for 1. Sutton probably best known outside of his pitching for being a long-time broadcaster for the Atlanta Braves, starting back after his retirement during the TBS years with Pete Van Wieren and Skip Carey and occasionally Ernie Johnson Sr. Ball 4. So the first base runner for the Giants is a 2-out walk. 85-mile-an-hour fastball was low and outside. Here's Ivy. He's 0 for 1. He did 1 year, I think, with the Nationals. And then went back to the Braves. Sutton from Pensacola. Into left field. Guerrero will track that one down. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom 4, 2-0 Dodgers. So Guerrero singled in the second. And he'll hit a ground ball to LeMaster, who's got to make a bang-banger to first, and Guerrero beat it out. So an infield single, that'll bring up Bill Russell, who was hit by the pitch his first time up in the second. Snap throw to first, Guerrero back. Into left field. Back goes Whitfield. That ball is gone. And so the Dodgers go up 4-0. Russell, not much power, put that one well in the bleachers, and so that's a souvenir. Brings up Socha, who drove in a run on a single. Sutton on deck. And right back up the box. Nepper throws it to Ivy for the out. So 1 out for Sutton, who struck out his first time up. Sutton was a good announcer. The Braves were not a team in that era that used straight play-by-play men and analysts. They both mixed roles. So it wouldn't, back when I had TBS back in the 80s, there would be the 2 crews. They'd split the game in half, and then they'd split the play-by-play duties in half. So Skip and Pete would do their 2 innings of play-by-play, and then Ernie and John Sterling would do their 2 innings of play-by-play. Pitch to Sutton. Here's a ground ball to LeMaster over to Ivy, and that is in the dirt, and Sutton's going to reach. In fact, it was high. It goes into the dugout, and Sutton's on. So LeMaster makes the error, and that brings up Davey Lopes. He's 0 for 2. Nepper, 73 pitches through 18 batters. 3 1/3 innings, 7 hits, a homer, and 2 strikeouts. Ground ball to Stinnett over to Ivy, and Sutton should go to third. He does, 2 out. Rudy Law has singled and doubled and scored. Sutton, I think, if he had pitched earlier, or maybe retired earlier, because he pitched until 1988, I think would have made a good national announcer. Pitch to Law is a ground ball to Ivy, foul. Not that the Braves on TBS weren't a national broadcast, but you know what I mean as far as maybe pairing him with, I don't know, Monday Night Baseball or something like that. He stayed with Turner for a long time. And, of course, got all the glory years for the Braves. And then Maddox and Glavine era. 0-2 the count. And there's a base hit left center field. Sutton scores. LeMaster again makes a bad play. He dove for it. It hit off the glove. They're going to call it a hit because it trickled into left field. And Johnny LeMaster wants to know when the Southwest flight leaves. Oh, my goodness gracious. So that's the 8th hit for the Dodgers, and they've got 3 into the inning. It's 5-0 L.A. For Reggie Smith is 0 for 2. Throw to first, Law is back. And yes, it would be L.A. Law. Pitch to Reggie is a fly ball left center field. Herndon will get it, and that will retire the side. But the Dodgers get 3 runs on 3 hits in the air by LeMaster. After 4, 5-0 L.A. So Jack Clark will start the 5th. He's 0 for 1. Ground ball to Garvey. Hot shot down the line. He got it. He runs to the bag himself. 1 out. Orenny Stinnett is 0 for 1. Sutton, 69 pitches here. 1 out in the 5th. And there's a fly ball to center. Law will go back. 2 out. A whole mess of bagels for the Giants. Here's Milt May. Again, 0 for 1. Liner to right. Reggie Smith is there. And, well, there you see it on the screen. I guess we can't hide that now, can we? Halfway home. 5-0 Dodgers. You know, Vinny would say that was okay. He's walked 1 and struck out 1 on 77 pitches through 5 Nepper, 8 hits through 4, 5 runs, 4 earned. Dodgers got 1 in the 2nd. Scioscia, a single to score Ron Cey to make it 1-0. Steve Garvey on a fielder's choice made it 2-0. Bill Russell in the left center field in the 4th made it 4-0. And then Rudy Law singled home Sutton to make it 5-0 Dodgers. And that's how we got here. Garvey is 0 for 2. He has hit into a fielder's choice and struck out. Into right, 1 out. Clark had to reach in. A bunch of people from San Pedro tried to block his way, but no deal. 1 out for Cey. He's got himself a double. 1 for 2 and the run scored. Line drive foul, and somebody from Clovis, California made that catch. 1-2 the count. Gone. He just ripped that one into the bullpen. My goodness gracious, that one was gone right off the bat. Terry Whitfield, all he could do is turn and watch it go. And it's 6-0 Dodgers. So Dave Bristol, sitting in the Giant dugout, got a good view of that one. Remember, the Dodgers use the third base dugout, and the visitors use the first base dugout. Here's Guerrero. He's 2 for 2. He has singled twice and scored. Into right field, Clark makes the catch. 2 out for Russell. Russell homered his last time up. Was hit by a pitch his first time up. To Stinnett. Has to hurry over to Ivy, and that will retire the side. But the solo shot by Ron Say is the 1 run and 1 hit and no errors. We go to the 6th. It's the Dodgers 6, the Giants nothing. So LeMaster, Nepper, maybe, and Evans to face Sutton. And he has 5 innings of Bengals on the board. LeMaster struck out his first time up. Into right, 1 out. So let's see what the computer does with Nepper, who's 0 for 1. Stays in the ballgame, grounds it foul. And the count is 0-2. Now 62 degrees, a cool night on the foothills of the San Gabriels. And the wind is still blowing out to right at 3. Up the middle, Lopes over to Garvey for the out. 2 away. Brings up Darrell Evans, who's 0 for 2. Everybody's 0 for 2 except for Larry Herndon Sutton. And you'll see it big, blazing letters across the screen. 5 2/3 innings, a walk and a strikeout. And everything else is a bagel. Pitch to Evans is into center field. Back goes Law. That is off the wall, so the no-hitter's gone. He's going for 3. The throw to Say is not in time. So a good hand here for Sutton from the partisan throng here at Dodger Stadium. Whitfield is 0 for 2. It's still 6-0 Dodgers. And that's the first hit for the Giants with 2 outs in the 6th. Sosha goes and settles his battery mate. Ground ball to Lopes. Over to Garvey. The shutout is intact. The Giants finally get a hit, but they cannot score. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-0 LA. So Sosha, 1 for 2. He is singled and driven in a run. Sutton on deck. And then Lopes. Here's a base hit right center field, and Sosha will hold with a single. Sutton 0 for 2. Struck out, reached on an error, and scored. This time he's going to bunt as soon as Nepper and May have a conversation. Squares, it's down. Ivy only will tag Sutton as Don stops. So it works. 1 out and Sosha on second. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They've left on 4. The Giants finally have a hit. They've had 2 base runners and left them both on. They also have an error. Lopes is 0 for 3. Nepper threw 27 batters, 99 pitches, 5 1/3 innings. 10 hits. Homers to Say and Russell. 5 of the 6 runs are earned, and he struck out 2. To short, LeMaster. They get Sosha in a rundown, and Stinnett will tag him, so they'll get the lead runner, and that'll do it for Nepper. So it goes 6-4 on the rundown. And let's tell you about Tom Griffin, who went 5-1 for the Giants in 80 with a 2.76 ERA, 107 2/3 innings, 80 hits, 8 homers. He walked 49 and struck out 79. Griffin is a righty. He is 32. He is a fastball pitcher and a fly ball pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 92. Started 4 games through 42 overall. Law has singled twice and doubled. Scored and drove in a run. Lopes on first. There's a fly ball to right. Clark will make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit. We go to the 7th. It's the Dodgers 6, the Giants nothing. So Larry Herndon One of the two base runners for the Giants on the day is 0 for 1 with a walk. This time around, he slaps one down to Garvey, takes to the bag himself, 1 out. Brings up Mike Ivy, who's 0 for 2. If you were watching earlier, we said that Sutton did get a World Series ring. Although the ring that he won, he didn't pitch in. Didn't pitch in that World Series because he was a member of the Dodgers in '88. He came back to retire and did not pitch in the playoffs. He pitched in 3 World Series for the Dodgers, 74, 77, and 78. Pitch to Ivy. Got him as only a second strikeout, an 0-2 fastball just below the belt, 2 out. And his last World Series was in 1982. He pitched for the Brewers, and their loss to the Cardinals. So he got to play and pitch in 4. Was 6-4 in his postseason career. And would have pitched for the Angels if they had won the '86 ALCS. Into center field, Law moves over, stretch time, 6-0. So, as always, there is a farmer in the Dell as our favorite organist misses. Dell enjoys a Dodger dog here at Dodger Stadium. Reggie Smith is 0 for 3. Of course, after winning the World Series last year, the Dodgers have had a rough offseason. Sandy Scully passing away from ALS at 76. Tommy Lasorda at 93, God bless him. And, of course, Don Sutton today at 75. Smith, a line drive to second. Stinnett is there for the out. Steve Garvey's 0 for 3. Struck out and has an RBI. 93 was a rough year for the Dodgers. They lost Don Drysdale in the middle of the season. And, of course, Roy Campanella. The only thing I can think of that would be consistent along with that line. So I'm sure the Dodgers will have some patches for both Tommy and Sutton as we head into 2021. Pitch to Garvey is a ground ball to LeMaster on the grass. Bang banger to first, and Steve is safe. So the 11th hit for the Dodgers. And that'll bring up Say. He has doubled and homered. He's 2 for 3. He scored twice. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They've left 5 on. And the Giants are being 1 hit. That's into left field. That will curve foul, and somebody from Cucamonga will make that catch, and it's 0-2 the count. And Say is hit. That's not what you want in a 6-0 game. That looked rather intentional. It hit him in the leg. Say goes out and says a few words. Milt May holds him back. Griffin doesn't really provoke him, but doesn't apologize either, and we won't have any ejections here. Here's Guerrero. He is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored. Got him. He swings and misses at a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, 2 out. Say and Griffin continue to exchange pleasantries. Here's Billy Russell. He had a 2-run shot to left. He's 1 for 2. And that's a base hit. It's going to drop in front of Herndon. Garvey will round third and score. Say is on third, and it's 7-0 Dodgers. And so that brings up Sosha. Mike is 2 for 3. He's singled twice and driven in a run. Sosha to third. Evans goes to the easy out at second, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. After 7-0 Dodgers. So Sinnett, May, and LeMaster. Tommy going to leave Sutton in. Stinnett is 0 for 2. Sutton would lead off the 8th. We will see how long I want him to go for. There's a line drive in the left center field. Sinnett's digging for 3. Law will throw it in there. And that's a triple. So now a 2-hitter. Brings up Milt May, who is 0 for 2. In real life, he threw a 4-hit shutout. Big win for the Dodgers. They were under 500. Pitch to May. Here's a fly ball to right. That will score Stinnett. Smith has it. Stinnett tags and scores. So no shutout here. So now it's at my discretion. LeMaster, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Into left center. Rudy Law has it for the out. 2 away. So let's see what the Giants do with Tom Griffin. I'd imagine they'd pinch hit here. 2 for 18 on the real year with a solo home run and 7 strikeouts. Willie McCovey back with the Giants to end his career at 204, a homer and 16 RBI. Seems kind of fitting, Hall of Famer versus Hall of Famer. Sutton deals. Got him! He got him with a fastball on the outside corner. And so Randy Moffett will come in. Sutton says, I think that's about enough for me. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The 1 run, that'll do it. 7-1 Dodgers. So who can hit a righty? Darryl Thomas at 266, a homer and 22 RBI. Sutton at 119 pitches, rated for 110. We try to ride it out, but you don't want him to get racked overthrowing in his tribute game. He'll take the win in the 2-hitter. Pitch to Thomas is a ground ball to LeMaster. Over to Ivy, and Thomas has legs, and he's out. Oh, that was close. That was an eyelash play. 1 out for Lopes, who's 0 for 4. To Stinnett, 2 out. So the Giants will bat the top of the lineup. Evans, Whitfield, and Herndon. Rudy Law, 3 for 4. 2 singles and a double. An RBI and a run scored. Base hit left field. So Rudy goes 4 for 5. And in big print, 4 hits for Law. Here's Reggie Smith. He's 0 for 4. Line drive to Sinnett, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no error. 1 hit, no errors. Dodgers leave on 8 after 8. 7-1 Los Angeles. Lefty, lefty, righty. Steve Howe, 7-9 in 80 with 17 saves and an ERA at 2.66. 84 and 2/3 innings, 83 hits, a home run. He walked 22 and struck out 39. He is an extreme ground ball pitcher, plus. He's 22 years old. He throws the fastball at 86, and he was the National League Rookie of the Year in 1980. He'll face Evans, Whitfield, and Herndon. Evans, 1 for 3. That hit was a triple. Didn't hit one in real life. He hit one in this game. Into right field. Smith, 1 out. So obviously Don Sutton and his 2-hitter will be the MVP. Here's Whitfield. He's 0 for 3. Lefty, well, I'm surprised they're going to pinch hit, but they will. Jim Wolford, 280. a homer, and 24 RBI. Into left field, Guerrero has it pegged, 2 out. And so everybody's on the top step now. Howe trying to get this done. Larry Herndon is 0 for 2 with a walk. Joe Strain will pinch it. Joe, 286. Not a bad hitter at 383 against lefties in 80. No homers and 16 RBI. So Howe has the first 2 on 6 pitches. He winds and deals, and there is a little flare in the center field. That's a single. And that'll bring up Mike Ivey, who's 0 for 3. So now Howe will work out of the stretch. Ground ball to save. Bang banger to first. Ivey is out. And the Dodgers win this one 7-1. And for Don Sutton, that's it. So Sutton throws 2 hits over 8 innings. He gives up the 1 run that came in the 8th, and he was done. He could only throw 117, and he threw 119. He walked 1 and struck out 3. Steve Howe faces 4 batters in the bottom of the top of the 9th. Bob Knepper takes a loss, 5 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. Homers from Russell and Say did the damage, and he struck out 2. And so that'll do it. Don Sutton, a Hall of Famer, a 300-game winner, and actually did almost what he did in real life. So how about that? 7 runs, 13 hits, and no errors for the Dodgers. A run on 3 hits and an error for the Giants. And so the final score from April 22nd, 1980, in our Don Sutton tribute game, it's the Dodgers 7, the Giants 3. Good night, everybody.